Yes, I'm an agency owner wearing a bandana. And yes, I'm going to tell you the truth about what? Well, the ins and outs of my journey over the last 10 years in this business, having grown not just my first agency, but multiple other agencies that I've worked with, that I've currently ran, to multi 6, 7, and 2 to even 8 figures. So I hope that this is beneficial for you because, I'm married and I've been in the game for a while. I've got 2 kids. And I just want to share some game, some sauce, as the newcomers call it. The biggest sauce that I can share is that, really pace yourself, right? And when I say pace yourself, I'm talking about just what I did wrong, I think, in the beginning was a double-edged sword is what I'd call it, is locking myself into my room and just working and working and working and working. And that's fine. In the beginning, there's like a big learning curve, and I had to learn as much as I could to just manage to sound knowledgeable about the damn industry when I was selling people over the phone, right? But over time, I started realizing that it was like I was becoming this one-trick pony where all I could really do or think about was agency. Okay, like I was losing touch with my family, my friends, my wife, and there's more to life than just getting a business off the ground, right? And maybe I'm speaking more to the people that are already doing, like, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month in revenue. Just take a moment and just slow the frick down, okay? I watched this video recently on YouTube. It is about the income disparity in the world by country and how, still people are living off like $1.30 a day in, most African countries, maybe $2, in Bangladesh, and that's considered they're doing all right because they have running water and electricity. And I watch a video like that and I just think to myself, man, why am I tripping? Okay, because let's just face it, right? As agency owners, we trip out a lot. We look at other agency owners' numbers, we look at what others have been able to do and accomplish, and it's cool and it's great. But at the end of the day, my journey is my journey. I can't look at someone else's journey and then just start saying to myself that, okay, if I don't hit, X milestone in terms of revenue or clients or MRR or whatever, then I'm a failure. Okay, this is all self-created. Okay, and that's one of the things that I wish I knew sooner, is that every goal that I set for myself was self-created, and so whether I reached it or not, it had more to do with my own perception of why reaching it is even important. Like, I'll give you an example. I told myself that I was going to be a millionaire by 25. I didn't become a millionaire by the age of 25, okay? And it sucked, and it hurt. And a lot of people are like, oh, I want to be a millionaire by 20, and they see these fringe examples online where who even knows if they're even making that kind of money, right? And then they set themselves up for like, well, I'm going to be that too. And then, I didn't get there at that time, at least. And I just felt bad, and I felt low, and I felt like not good enough. I recently visited this mansion. This is a very recent story. I'm just being honest with you guys over here, right? That just recently I visited this mansion on the ocean, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. And it belonged to this French family, and they're great people. And I looked at their home, and I was just like, man, why am I not here now? Why isn't this my place, basically? And you look at me as a 31-year-old, and you look at them as 61 and 67-year-olds who only bought that place about 12 years ago. They've only got one son. They wish they had more. They couldn't have more. But it's like I blow past all those things, and I'm comparing myself to people that are literally double my age. And yeah, there may be people out there that are the same age as me, that are making way more than me. But this obsession that I had with the financial part of business was really, I think, a big contributor to me not getting to where I wanted to get to as fast. And let me talk about that for a second, right? Because this journey isn't linear. Okay, there's ups and downs and lefts and rights, and some people get to where they want to get to faster, and then they end up losing it. Some people take longer to get there, but they end up keeping it. And some people never get there. Some people crash and burn and then get even further, right? Everyone's journey is different. And what I came to realize is that, the quality of who I am as the operator of my business, meaning the driver of my Formula One car, that made a big difference, because at the time, back in 2000 and maybe 16, 17, when I started my first agency that I did end up growing and scaling to 2 mil in annual recurring revenue, I had a competitor that was doing the exact same thing as me. Exact same thing as me. When I get on sales calls, it would either be the prospect choosing them or me. It was that similar, and it was that neck and neck. And I ended up becoming friends with the guy. And lo and behold, he's still running his agency. He's got an operator in place, and he's been able to do more, arguably, with his agency, that agency at least, than I was with my own. And his thing was like, I've got my wife, I've got my kids, I'm chilling, and I just I just want to focus on this one thing. Whereas me, I was like, get like a big exit, and I want to get into investing, and I want to have a tech startup, and I want to all this ego stuff, right? All this ego stuff, and there's really two types of people out there, right? People that are like following the voice of their ego, or people that are following the voice of their soul. That's what I realized. And I wasn't following the voice of my soul. My soul's innate predisposition is actually to be whole and connected with the Almighty, which is God, and to serve Him and to do what's good in this world. Not to say that making a lot of money isn't good, right? I want everyone to be filthy rich. I love money as well. It allows me to do a bunch of things, right? But what I'm saying is that when I was following my ego, it's like I was worshiping the wealth. It's like I was worshiping the material side of things, and that just doesn't bring any lasting sense of peace and happiness, right? And even after seeing that with money, I thought that maybe traveling would do it. And I lived in 12 different countries, man, like with my wife and my kids, and I spent 5 years traveling, like nomadic and everything, after which now I'm in Panama over here, moved and settled. And even that just didn't do it, right? I mean, every country that I went to was better than the previous one. The dinners were better, and the lifestyle was better, and this was better, and the people were better, and this and that. But it's just the best year of my life has probably been like the last 2 years of my life, where I've gotten more. I've always been a spiritual person, but it's probably when I really kind of, in some weird way, gave up on trying to chase the world, because it just keeps slipping out my hands. I mean, not that I am saying that I'm not able to make a good living or make more over time. I am, right? I'm blessed in that sense. And a lot of people are, but it's more so like there'll always be someone else out there that has more. Like I was in Dubai just 2 weeks ago, hanging out with some of my clients, and I went to the mall over there, the Mall of Dubai, and it's like it's the biggest mall in the world. It's like a freaking fashion runway, like with all these women walking around dressed however, and then you have all the men that are wearing like, their nice clothes and their nice watches, and they've got their like, valets and all this stuff, and when is it really enough? And that's a question that I really had to ask myself. When is it really enough? And the answer that I came to is that there's a number, okay, in my mind at least, that I need to be making every single month. And if I hit that number every single month, then I will always be content and happy, and I'm not allowed to complain, and I'm not allowed to, I won't say I'm not allowed to ask God for more. I can, and I do, but it's just I'm not going to let that be a reason why I'm ever down and upset. And if I'm hitting that number, then all is well. And truth be told, like, I'm hitting that number and beyond, okay? And there's nothing for me to complain about. And I found, ironically, and here's the crux of this game source video, if you will, with the guy with the bandana, is that once I let it go, and once I don't really care about it anymore, the more of it comes my way. It's really funny how that works. The kind of things that I could have never thought of, truthfully. Even off this channel, man, like my videos, I'm not a viral YouTuber, dude. I'm just some guy who started an agency many years ago, and now I live in Panama. Like, I'm low key, dude. I don't even post on Instagram that much. I have a freaking Chinese phone, okay, and it's an old phone. All that to say, even this YouTube channel has been a big blessing for me, where I post and I just find that all of a sudden someone that's meant to find me finds me, and we start working together. If that person is you, then hit me up. check out the first comment in this video or the description. Join the school community. You can reach out to me directly, DM me, you can message me on Instagram. And if not, just enjoy the free content on the YouTube channel and the school community. Join the weekly calls, ask me questions. Let's just freaking do this together and make our lives great and bless our families and our parents and get to spend time with the ones that matter the most. That is really the stuff that I remember the most, right? I've lived in some of the nicest places in, Brazil, in Turkey, in God knows where, the UAE, and it's like the stuff that I remember the most, man, is like simple stuff where I'm in my office and then my kid is knocking on the door over here and he just wants up. He just wants to be carried by dad. Okay, not like no clients, no freaking automations, no workflows, no amount of MRR. Nothing's gonna replace that, man. And I'm not saying that it has to be kids and family for you, but find something that really matters to you and have that vision in mind sooner than later, because gosh, this journey is long and it can be tiring, and if you don't know what you're doing it for, you kind of can get lost in the sauce. And there's some great fatherly saucy sauce advice for you. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this. Check out the comment and the description of this video to join the free school community, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.